Good afternoon. This is One Idea a Day, and today we continue to speak about how the innovative technologies can be helpful in agriculture and forestry. And our topic, why I'm focusing on forestry as well, because today I will speak more about the orchard type of inventory, but this tool which I will highlight, and also this methodology which I will speak about, it's relevant for any type of tree growers and forestry businesses as well. So I will share not just a slide with you, but again, it will be my newsletter, which I publish on LinkedIn on regular basis. So it's one of the latest one, which is about tree inventory and orchard inventory. So first of all, let's speak about the problem of tree inventory and orchard inventory. The basic challenge is to know what do you have in your orchard or in your forest, and then also to understand to have everything in one place, and in case of change, quickly update it, and it should not be very painful. So it's not the same like you are doing this inventory in the notepad and then you go to office and just transferring the notes taken outside in orchard or in the forest, and then you are transferring them to your computer, or even if you're using smartphone but you still use inconvenient tools like Excel file or any other type of table when you're just filling the rows and columns and adding the data. It's still possible to use it, obviously, but it lacks of possibility to link this data with, for example, visual data or any other relevant information which can be helpful. So that's why, and yes, this practice exists and you can find lots of different note takers which can help you to take notes. But what we discovered after conversations with orchard owners and forest owners, specifically in Europe, because not everywhere forests are allowed to be in private property. So what we have discovered that they would like to have something digital for their orchards, for their forests and lands. So we will look now at the newsletter. What is the idea of this newsletter? I decided to make some research, basic research. It's not in depth, just to understand what methods are currently used for tree inventory. And as I mentioned, I discovered traditional way of using spreadsheets, or there is scientific way, and I will demonstrate it in a second. But firstly, I also, and here in this video, I put a little bit of context what I am writing about. So here you can see the scientific approach as well. And yes, this scientific approach is also translated into this video. You see it's a drone which is flying above the orchard, and this is me. And I'm basically collecting the data with our mobile application. It's new, it's not PTL Pro. So yes, but I will say now about it. So I want to start with the first and most convenient, in my opinion, method. It's about mobile-based data collection about the trees. Here it's again my selfie, but it's not just to demonstrate myself, it's demonstrate the mobile application which is here. It's installed and I use it during the trial which we have this orchard, this community orchard. And so I just try to use our mobile application in real life circumstances to do the quality assurance and understand what's good, what's maybe improved, to feel the mobile app. So what is good regarding the mobile application approach? And it's not just about mobile application, but also on tablet. You can use tablet, or your employee can use tablet. That you can set the fields which you need to fill during the field visit, during the orchard visit, not field. But you can set them sitting in the office, so you have the standard fields which you are adding information in, and you can create this template for filling the orchard but you are sitting in the office and do it in a comfortable environment. So you are setting, for example, that you need to add some information. If you have, let's say, a barcode or QR code for tree identification, you can add it. And again, our mobile application, it gives you a chance to read it, so you don't need to put anything manually. And overall idea of the mobile application for orchard inventory is that you are automating everything as much as you can. You are just ticking boxes, like checking from lists, doing selection, less manual input, because everything is about pain of putting information outside. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's just not convenient at all. So it's much easier just to tap the screen and do the information right. Select the information from the list. So for example, as I mentioned, you can put tree ID if you have them. You can in the office or at home, you can put the varieties which you have in your orchard. And then being in the orchard, you just tap the right variety of the tree and you can continue. Then you also can do other characteristics. We call it attributes. So you can preset the attributes in advance, and then you just go to your orchard or forest and just select what is relevant for this specific tree. But again, it's not just about filling the fields with specific information. It's also about the taking photos. So we have this image-centered application. So everything in the middle is image, and you are just adding bits of metadata. I mean, all these attributes, it's called metadata for your image. And then the very smart system, because you will save this data, and then if you need to check and select only specific variety, or you would like to find some specific collection of trees which have this attribute, it's much easier to find them because all of them are digitized. So this is our approach. And yes, as I mentioned, this is absolutely new mobile application. So if you are interested in trying it, we are open to collaborate with you, and just let me know through any channel. You can find all the channels to connect below this video. But let's just continue. So the first method is mobile based, and either it's progressive, as I mentioned, or it's traditional, already traditional digital, but it's all about spreadsheets. It's okay. The other way is applying drones or any other unmanned aerial vehicles, but in most cases it's drones, to do the data collection. And then the problem of this method is that you need to have very specific skills to be able to process this data, to recognize the canopy, to do the cleaning the imagery. So you need to have this experience. It's not very easy for ordinary farmer as of now. Unfortunately, it's not very easy. And even there are the proprietary software which is supported by DJI and other drone makers, but still it's a little bit challenging to make these photos relevant to use immediately. It's the example from the United States, and very fresh research paper which they have published. So they have collected data. They collected not just with ordinary ordinary camera RGB, but also they used multispectral camera. And as a result, they were able to see the trees. Then they processed it using the deep learning model to clarify where is the crown of the tree, to specify, select it. And also they discovered some, it's very good in terms of understanding the practice, because where I put it here, I explain the challenges and they wrote nicely about the challenges. For example, they put the note that accuracy of recognition of the crowns, of tree crowns, is different depending on the presence or absence of foliage. So if there are leaves, it's easy. If the leaves are small, it's tough. And if the leaves are in different color, for example, in December, because it's California, in December they change the color. In other locations it probably will be autumn time, but I mean that this specific research paper helped to understand that it's possible. This is good thing, but it's a little bit challenging in terms of a beginner. If you don't have any knowledge about that, it's the second thing. But what is the good thing is about the mixing both methods. So hybrid method is, and yes, regarding the research, they have provided very good visual proof of their work, as well as also they provide the precision, recall, and F1 score for each of the 3 CNN models. So, but again, I invite you to dive deeper and just read the full text of this research paper. What's interesting regarding hybrid method, that it's obviously robust method. And I suggest it's very good for larger organizations to have the remote sensing imagery collected with drones, and then have ground truth data collected on the ground in the orchard exactly. And also, interesting point, I try to understand how good is satellite data for orchard inventory. And the answer is not so good, because the resolution of satellite imagery is low, and even if it's high resolution imagery, but still it's not so high, it's not good enough to do the proper inventory. And also, again, price is the challenge, because even if you are buying the high resolution satellite imagery, you still need to pay, and then you don't get the good value. So why do you need to do this? If it's possible to pay the same amount of money and have a nice and good quality of data collected with drones. Okay, so I think it's the end. Yes, and here we are. Yes, by the way, we have opened Patreon, so if you would like to support us, just do it. We will be much appreciated, and even I will add your name into our newsletter. So it will be win-win if you want to be added. If not, we just will be grateful for any support. Yes, because we have PTL Pro mobile application is absolutely free and everyone can use it, and we already have more than 115 citations in the research papers published by the teams from more than 40 countries, because they are using it and they find the value of using our mobile application. And also we have this free course, AI in Agriculture, on Udemy. So if you would like to dive into the basics of what is this machine learning and deep learning, and what is this computer vision, and what are the main elements of any AI system, you can find the answers over there. So thank you so much for your attention today. I hope I gave you some food for thoughts regarding our orchard inventory. And again, if you see any opportunities to collaborate, let's just do it.